Hari Om. Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Govindaya Namaha. Gopalaya Namaha. Krishnavaya Namaha. Vishnuven Namaha. Rishikeshaya Namaha. Govardhanaya Namaha. Pradyumnaya Namaha. Aniruddhaya Namaha. Om Shanti. Greetings to all the spiritual seekers and welcome to this divine filming on the Labor Day as a Labor Day special to all the laborers across the world. It's a congratulatory day to all of the laborers who have been contributing a lot for the benefit of the humankind, for them to sustain and have comforts for living comfortably on this earthly planet. And you've been witnessing that we have advanced so much in every sphere of life that bring us comforts across the world due to the hard work put up by the laborers in various fields. And since they work collectively, whether he or she is a Brahmin, that intelligent personalities, whether he or she is a warrior, a kshatriya, those who can protect us from enemies and protect our intellectual properties, whether one is a Vaishya or a business person working on a large scale in farming, cultivating various crops for the good of the society across the world, various grains, vegetables, etc. And the business people being able to supply all the goods to various parts of the world. Everybody is working hard together in this society, in this world, and in this universe, and in this cosmos created by the Almighty Bhagavan, that Paramatman, that absolute God with great illumination. And the fourth class, the support class, factory workers, so-called Shudras in Sanskrit, they support and work together with all the other divisions of labor to bring goods successfully to the greater good of the society for sustenance on this earthly planet. We all have to appreciate all the laborers across the world for their efforts. We need to commend them. We need to, at the same time, I urge all the organizations to take care of the laborers, provide them comfortable facilities, and provide incentives, bonuses, etc. without hoarding, the wealth for yourself. You can give more to your labor force across the world. Absolutely, it is possible. Please see to it that this is accomplished across the world, this is the day that you need to really congratulate the labor force and appreciate them. And I would like to take this opportunity to give some links to Bhagavad Gita shlokas uttered by Lord Krishna millions of years ago and in the recent past, more than 5,000 years ago, in Dwapara Yuga, in the middle of the battlefield, that Kurukshetra battlefield, in the Dharmakshetra, provided this wisdom to Arjun and to the Manavali, this humankind, for us to gain wisdom and accomplish our human goals. The very goal is to detach from this multiplicity and duality of the material energy, this Maya, and attach our minds and intellects, get absorbed in that Paramatman, in that Bhagwan, in that great illumination Mahabharat, that absolute God, for you to fulfill your very own goal of merging your consciousness with that of the super consciousness in this cosmos to experience that peace and bliss. पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणी भगवती अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्बा त्वाम् अनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी आ Oh Bhagavad Gita, let's meditate upon you, all of us, today on the Labor Day special. Of course, every day we all should meditate upon Bhagavad Gita, who provides the immortal nectar of wisdom, showering us every day the very wisdom that has been used by Lord Narayana himself to pour into the mouth of Arjuna and into the mouth of humankind for us to realize our true self and realize the God. It is this Bhagavad Gita is in the middle of Mahabharata, written by ancient sage Ved Vyas, with the help of Mahaganapati, who wrote with his tusk after an interval as his feathered pen was not working properly. And then it just takes out his task, one of the tasks, and then keeps on writing without any interruption. He did not want to let Ved Vyas know that his pen was not working. And you see, you provide us the wisdom on oneness, no duality. Duality and multiplicity only become part of the material energy. But we need to sever our bonds from the material energy and fly like free birds to the abode of peace and bliss of Paramatman, that absolute God, that Bhagavan, your Istadev, who you worship with loving devotion, Nitya, every day. O Bhagavad Gita, you are the one who has the ability to deliver us finally, to liberate us finally, getting that so called moksha, that nirvana, that freedom. Hari Om, Om Shanti. So now let's talk about the divine topic of labor, the labor force in this world. Ever since the humans learned to work together or work in solo to perform their duties, to accomplish something, to mass produce so that other people can use and sustain their lives. As time passed by, technology has advanced so much so that you cannot imagine. With the touch of a button, you can actually let everybody know in this world what you are doing. Or you want to educate them, you can do it just at the touch of a button. You can see everybody on a computer screen or on your cell phone. You can talk to them. The distance has been reduced to zero. You feel as if they are in front of you, talking to you directly, interacting with you directly. Look at the advancement in every which field the humankind grew to. It's all due to the intelligence provided by Lord Krishna. He is the intelligence among the intelligent people, and he is that radiance among the radiant people, the bright people in this world. He is everything. You see, you may not see him, but you see him in every human being. He is present along with your individualized Atman. He is watching you. He is noting down all your karmas and he is delivering the results from time to time. Nobody can escape this fact. This is the absolute truth. He is within you. If somebody asks, where is God? Many great souls answered this question very beautifully. You see, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa said, I see the God as I am seeing you, to Vivekananda. So, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa could see God in every creature, in himself, in Vivekananda, and in other bhutas, other pranis. That's the best answer, which complies with what Lord Krishna teaches through Bhagavad Gita. So let's connect this Labor Day to what Lord Krishna taught us through Bhagavad Gita shlokas. And as mentioned, this is a congratulatory event today and an adorable day to celebrate the efforts of all the laborers across the world, what they have been doing for sustaining life and bringing comforts to each and everyone in this world. You see, our material nature, the material energy, from this material energy, three qualities come out. Our body is material, and we have three qualities. What are they? Sattva, Rajo, Tamo in English. Goodness mode, passionate mode, ignorant mode. All of us, we have these three qualities, three gunas, in various proportions. It all depends how they vacillate among these three and which one predominates. That's the one makes your personality, your habits, your behavior in front of others. Okay, mind that. So, if your character, your quality, say it is sattva, that means it predominates over rajo and tamo gunas, qualities. If your character or quality is rajo, passionate mode, that means this is predominating. It overwhelms the other two, the tamo and the sattva. If you are tamo, that means you operate in an ignorant mode. It actually dominates the rajo and the sattvic characters. That's how your personality is made. Be careful as to how to evolve to the sattvic mode from these other two, passionate and ignorant modes. Under these three, our mind and intelligent, they work. You see, these are very important to influence your personality, your mind, and your intellect. Once you contemplate that you are not this material energy constituting these three gunas, three qualities, if you think you are that Atman energy, part and parcel of the Paramatman, then your home you can keep under control your gunas, your senses, your mind, your intellect. So, when you tread the path of goodness mode, that means you are quiet, you are calm, you follow the righteousness path, you are serene, you never have a motive to use anything out of your karma using for your own enjoyment. You are working for the good of the other people across the society, across the village, across the town, across the country, across the world. And you dedicate all your efforts and fruits to the Almighty for His pleasure. You are situated that way in the sattvic character. On the other hand, if your quality is driven by passionate mode, that is rajo mode, then you have this passion to earn wealth by any means passionately and hoard them away for selfish enjoyment. Always you try to satisfy your own senses. You only think about yourself and your own family for them to enjoy all the comforts, forgetting about the very needy in the society. In sharp contrast, if you are driven, if you have the quality of tamo predominating in your body, you are procrastinating all your activities. You're sleepy, you're slothful, you're violent, you drink, you womanize, you gamble, and you resort to violence, anger, and whatnot. You ruin yourself and you ruin the lives of other people associated with you. You do not know the distinction between good and bad, and you'll never listen to anybody if you are operating under mode of tamo character. So, why I am describing about these qualities? Because Lord Krishna mentions about these three as your varnas. You know, the color of your varna. When he divided the labor into four varnas, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, that means depending upon your characters, your character of the material energy, your body, and also your mind and intellect also depend upon those qualities, sattva, rajo, tamo. They're highly influenced. They simply follow because your identification is with the material energy, this body, but not the soul. That's the problem. So, based on these varnas, the colors of your character, Lord Krishna came up with four varnas: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. In the modern age, they can be classified as intellectuals, protectors, business people, farming people, and factory workers, the supporters, nurses, janitors. In every which field, these supporters they play their own role. Without their role, these divisions of the labor cannot achieve anything at all. So we all need all four divisions of the labor for us to produce anything, for the Brahmins to come up with any idea, novel idea for patenting and also mass producing based on their invention, whatever they discovered as a new thing that is existing because God put in there already in this cosmos. They're, they're actually researching, discovering, and it becomes a new thing. And when it is mass produced, the whole world uses it. And in the second category, Kshatriyas, the saviors, the protectors, they sacrifice their lives. They work very passionately. And the third one, the cultivators in the farmland produce various goods for the society to use and sustain, and the factory workers we mentioned, of course, the Shudras, highly important people of the division of labor. So we'll talk about it just in a few seconds. Okay. So now we talked about the three qualities of the material world or the body or the material energy. Now let's learn the seven qualities, the seven virtues of the self, the soul energy, the spirit, the super soul. What are those seven qualities? These are the qualities that are highly desirable one to develop and operate under this mode beyond those three gunas we mentioned, sattva, rajo, tamo. These seven are entirely different because those three emanate from the material energy and these seven emanate from the soul. Number one, being knowledgeable. That means get that wisdom from Vedic scriptures, Mahabharata, Bhagavatam, Upanishads, and Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Get that knowledge, get that wisdom. As you are getting it, purify your body. So, purity is the second virtue of the soul. Get rid of your Harshad Vargas, your six enemies from the screen of your brain. Get rid of them. Cleanse your body of these internal enemies. In fact, no one should have external enemies. Your internal enemy is the one that makes the external enemies and ruins your life, ruins others' lives. Being powerful is the third quality of your soul. You gotta be powerful to be able to do anything that you face. That's what the Almighty endowed our soul with. He made it very powerful and it is peaceful, serene, quiet, calm, silent, and it is loving, compassionate, kind, graceful, and it is joyful, sharing the joys of others, letting other people to share your joy, discussing about the Almighty, Paramatman, Istadaiv, Bhagavan, his leelas, his pastimes, his associates, his abodes, and what not, his abundance of magnificence, radiance in the nature that you see and enjoying the galaxies, the sun, the moon, the stars, and the revolving planets, etc. And finally, being blissful. Bliss is the one, that anand, getting ecstasy, post realization that you are not the body, you are an individualized Atman energy, spirit of the Paramatman, and tasting that real peace and bliss we talked about. Mm, mm, mm. I believe we also covered loving. virtue, like loving your neighbors. Love thy neighbor. Always, always invite them with kind heart. Talk to them with kind heart. Love everybody. Love the Almighty with great devotion. All these seven qualities, if you have, that means your identification is established as you are an Atman energy, not the body, not the body. Mm. See, this is how Lord Krishna came up with this so-called Varnashrama Dharma, adopted, practiced by the people in other yugas, other ages that ran for thousands and millions of years. In Kruta Yuga, in Treta Yuga, in Dwapara Yuga, they followed Varnashrama Dharma. This Varnashrama Dharma is based on those four Varnas we talked about: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and having the colors, four colors, couple of them with a combination of two colors. The colors being white, red, and black, and the combination of red and black to cover the four Varnas. And also the classification of labor also depended on your proclivities, your sanskar, your inclinations to do anything, to display your personality. So, number one is about your varna, that means the character, whether you are sattvic, rajasic, or tamasic. And the second one is your accumulated karma, the reactions of your actions in the previous life. And you display all this in the present life. And you're going to actually have new karmas and the new karmic reactions as accumulated karma, as sanchita karma, to experience as prarabdha karma, which is unavoidable. Whatever Lord Krishna came up with, these principles, these siddhant, everybody has to follow. His karmic law, nobody can escape in this universe. Even Lord Krishna, Lord Rama, and other incarnations, they had to meet their own destinations, their fates. When they walked on this earthly plane, they could not even escape their own siddhant, their own karmic principle, the own karmic law. Everybody has to tread that path. No exceptions whatsoever. So, for ease of functioning in the society, he divided the labor based on the colors of the character, sattva, rajo, tamo, and he classified into Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. For you to come up with anything, a novel idea, and working on it, protecting it, mass producing, with the help of support workers, the Shudras, and then introducing into the society for their utilization. Anything you talk about, any technology you talk about, in any sphere of life. And you see, he did not make this division of labor based on the birth, not at all. Forget about it. It's only as time passed by, the stronger people in the society, they wanted to exploit the weaker sections and lord over them for their own selfish ends, to satisfy their senses, hoarding away money, name, fame, etc. That's how we have the present caste system rearing its ugly head now and then, creating awful lot of problems, chaos, violence, you name it. The present caste system is a no to everyone indeed. A no from the Lord Himself. He did not create this type of ugly caste system that is there in existence, especially in India, and of course in some other countries too that they practice based on the differences, on the basis of color, on the basis of location, on the basis of economic status, on the basis of work, professional work. That they classified the labor of the people in the current age wrongfully, wrongfully classified, entirely different from what Lord Krishna wanted us to follow, the Varnashrama Dharma, not based on the birth, but based on your skill sets, your, your proclivities, your tendencies, your sanskar, mainly depended on sattva, rajo, tamo characters and your tendencies. Anyone can become an intelligent person or a Brahmin from Shudra division, and anyone can degrade oneself if he or she is born in a Brahmin caste, can become a Shudra. It's all vice versa. Or a person from mercantile community, Vaishya, can become a Shudra. A Shudra can become a businessman or businesswoman, or take care of agriculture on a massive scale. So is the division of soldiers, warriors. They also can elevate themselves or degrade themselves to other divisions of the labor. It is not but by birth at all, at all. Excuse me. So, enough is about the present caste system and its sharp contrast to what Lord Krishna wanted to see in the Varnashrama Dharma. So, a little bit touching on the Ashrama Dharma. What is Ashrama Dharma? Ashrama Dharma is the different stages of life one goes through ever since one is born. You see, when you are a child of age 8, in olden days, you were sent to Gurukul to learn from the gurus away from the home in a forest under the trees and get educated for almost 15 years. And you come back very well educated by the guru, and you are ready to take up any profession that you were interested in. That's the stage. So you have number one, brahmacharya. That covers up age 1 to, say, age 8 to 25, age 25 to 50, that is grihastha. You are the head of the household. You have a family to take care, to educate, to make them stand on their own feet, provide everything that family needs. And then you get to the third stage of your life, vanaprastha. That's the retirement age. And the fourth one, sannyasa. That means you renounce everything, dedicate everything to the God. 100%. You surrender and seek his shelter to be with him in oneness. That's the main goal of Varnashrama Dharma. Herein they raise the color of the labor and the stages of the life together in this Siddhant, written and introduced to the humankind to follow and accomplish our goals, material goals and spiritual goals. So let's see what Lord Krishna said about the three qualities of the Mother Nature, the material energy, also part of the Lord's energy, also called divine energy too, although it is Maya. Rajastamascha vibhuya, Rajastamascha vibhuya, Sattvam bhavati bharata. Rajaha sattvam tamaschaiva tamaha. Rajaha sattvam tamaschaiva tamaha sattvam rajasthatha. Tamaha sattvam rajasthatha. Ah, Let's see what Bhagavan Lord Krishna said in his own words in this stanza. Sometimes goodness, that sattvic mode, prevails over passionate and ignorant modes. O Shan of Bharata, sometimes passion dominates goodness and ignorance, that tamas. And at other times, ignorance, that means that tamas, overcomes goodness mode and passionate mode. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Leave all your dharma when you cannot do anything. Surrender to me. I will protect you. I will deliver you from the bundle, the saddle of your accumulated karmas. Come to me. That's what Lord Krishna said. We'll talk about it later. Okay, so now let's come to the second shlok, where this shlok has relevance to division of labor and the caste system, that Varna, what Lord Krishna refers to, not the present ugly headed Kali Yuga's caste system, okay, based on the birth. Absolutely a wrong one. Chaturvarnyam maya shrustam. Chaturvarnyam maya shrustam. Gunakarma vibhagashaha. Gunakarma vibhagashaha. Tasya kartaramapi mam. Tasya kartaramapi mam. Akartaramavyayam. Tasya kartaramapi mam. Vidyakartaramavyayam. The division of labor into 4 varnas, 4 colors, based on the trigunas, the combination thereof, and the karma, the accumulated karmic reactions. I came up with this principle for you to follow. I am not subjected to this. Only you are subjected to it. You need to follow the Varnashrama Dharma. You see, I am the creator, I am the maintainer, and I am the annihilator from time to time. And I am Aja, I am unborn, I am unspendable, I am indestructible, I am Akshar. That's what Lord Krishna says in this stanza. So now let's get to the final stroke of this divine filming on this Labor Day. So in the following shlok, Lord Krishna meant actually performing your own swadharma, your own prescribed duty, even though it is imperfect. You need to perform your own duty because you have only that skill set. When you have a particular skill set and your tendencies are in compliance with that skill set, you only need to perform that dharma, that duty. Do not think about performing someone else's dharma. You gotta perform your own dharma. Do not be attracted thinking that your duty is harder to perform when compared to someone else's duty. For example, if a surgeon, a medical doctor, goes and hangs out with a district collector, both are different. Their professions are different. The collector is skilled in administration, and the doctor is skilled in surgical procedures. But the surgeon thinks that collector has a very easy job to perform. He gets tempted to switch his jobs with the collector. You see, that is dangerous, highly dangerous. Even though you think there are some imperfections, or you do not like to some extent, you still need to perform your own swadharma, your own prescribed duty, even though you find a little fault with it. Lord Krishna suggests that it would be better to die performing your own duty, your own that swadharma, as the duties of other people, or dangerous for you to perform because you do not have those skill sets, you do not possess that material quality, proclivities, tendencies, sanskar, inclinations. You do not stay away and perform your own duty. Other people also can actually interpret this shlok as the following. Herein, swadharma in this shlok does mean your spiritual dharma. When you identify yourself as the Atman, then you surrender 100% and dedicate everything to the Almighty, Paramatman, Bhagavan, tread the path of spiritualism. And Paradharma here in this shlok does mean the material life dharma, fulfilling the responsibilities of material dharma. And here, on the other hand, you have spiritual dharma. So, your own dharma is spiritual dharma with a true identification as Atman. And paradharma is material dharma when you identify yourself as a body. See, what a sharp contrast. So, have those 7 qualities, be in compliance with them, follow them, and accomplish your spiritual dharma, spiritual goals. And being in compliance with those 3 qualities of material dharma, the material energy, sattva, rajo, tamo, and whichever predominates, your mind and your buddhi, your intellect, get influenced. If you are not going beyond the sattvic mode, then you revolve in the same cycle of rebirth and death. Shreyam swadharmo vigunaha, Shreyam swadharmo vigunaha, paradharma swanusthitat, swadharme nidhanam shreyah, swadharme nidhanam shreyah, paradharmo bhayavah, paradharmo bhayavah. We have already explained the purport of this shlok, but let's see in as is words of the Lord. What does he say? It is far better to perform one's natural prescribed duties, though tinged with faults, than to perform another's prescribed duty, though perfectly you may find. In fact, it is preferable to die in the discharge of your own prescribed duty than to follow the path of another, which is fraught with danger. In other words, when you identify yourself as Atman, stick to those 7 qualities and perform spiritual dharma to accomplish the goal of spiritual dharma, the true peace and bliss, than to perform your worldly duties and accomplish worldly objects and subjects and their goals to satisfy your senses. That is being paradharma, material dharma, which is highly dangerous, and it can ruin you forever, entangling you in the Maya, so that you will not be able to extricate or wiggle out of it until you realize yourself as the Atman energy and merge with the Paramatma. Mm, mm, mm. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuh dhruvam janma mrutasya cha. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuh dhruvam janma mrutasya cha. Tasmadaparyarthe natvam shochitumarhasi. Tasmadaparyarthe natvam shochitumarhasi. Ah, we are born to die, and we die to be born again in this vicious cycle of rebirth and death, this samsara, this Maya. It's an unavoidable process of life. Then why grieve or worry about this process? Don't you worry about this. That's what Lord Krishna said in this stanza. Hari Om. I hope that you learned something from this divine filming today on the Labor Day, acquired some wisdom through various shlokas uttered, 3 to 4 shlokas. And I hope that you will be able to further delve into these shlokas and adapt such wisdom to your day-to-day life and accomplish your goals. And on this Labor Day, again, congratulations to all the laborers across the world who have been contributing tremendously for the welfare of the people, for the sustenance of the people across the world with comforts in this modern world. Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Hari Om, with another divine filming in the days to come. So long, folks. Swasti. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.